So Disney's live-action adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, the story of Belle, the bookworm who gives in to Stockholm Syndrome, has now hit theaters. And as you might expect, this is a very well done film. I originally had this movie in my top five most anticipated films of 2017, and it does not disappoint. The actors are all well cast. Belle is played by Emma Watson, and I thought she did an absolutely incredible job. She has the look. She can sing very well. There may be some people who are critics of hers, but I've loved her ever since the Harry Potter films. Dan Stevens is great as the Beast and the Prince Charming at the end of the film. Ian McKellen, Ewan McGregor, Emma Thompson, they all play their parts well, and especially Luke Evans as Gaston. I think he really steals this show. He nails the character of Gaston very well, and who knew that guy had acting, or not acting chops, but singing chops as well. He can definitely act very well. I loved him in some of the other movies he's been in too. But for the most part, this is beat for beat, without going into many spoilers here, because this is a non-spoiler review, but it is for the most part beat for beat the 1991 animated classic. My few nitpicks of the film, because it's not perfect, is mostly because there's a couple origin backstories a little bit for a couple of the characters in this movie that I felt were a little unnecessary. And there's a lot of music in this film. Most of it is from the original 1991 classic, obviously, and those songs were really handled very well. But there's like 4 original songs or so in this film, and I thought 3 of them were not very good, and they were just a bit unnecessary, and I felt like they were just trying to fill 2 hours, because the film is like 2 hours and 10 minutes long, and it felt like it dragged a little bit at times. It kind of felt like the movie could have been maybe 20 minutes shorter, but because you added these 3 to 4 songs, I should say, it kind of made the film last a little longer than maybe it should have. There obviously, I think that it just felt like it was put in there to kind of, either sell CDs or, just kind of, like I said, make the film longer to, not be quite so short like an animated film would be. But overall, there was one song that was new that I thought was really well done. You might be able to know it when you see it, but it involves the Beast in the tower of the castle, so that's not a big spoiler or anything like that, but I thought that was a pretty well done one. For the most part, everybody's handled well here. Now, obviously, this movie had a little bit of controversy about the gay character being in this film, and a lot of people were upset about that, whatever your views on it may be. I thought that the film, it is there. There is a character who, and they kind of strongly suggest it. It's not at the forefront of the film, and they don't try to make a huge, political statement or anything to that degree in it. So I thought it isn't something that's going to distract you from the overall film, so don't worry about it too much. But it is heavily suggested in a couple different spots in this film that this character is gay. But anyway, but other than that, I thought the film, like I said, was very well done. It had a lot of good, beautiful sequences in it. I mean, the castle in of itself is just a sight to behold. I mean, all the architecture and the things in the castle are just amazing to look at, and the dance numbers, especially from the original film, the songs in that film, the dance sequences in that, especially to be our guest with Ewan McGregor's Lumiere, I thought was really well handled. And Ewan McGregor, for that matter, I kind of was a little concerned about him doing like a French accent. I thought he handled it pretty well, all things considered. And, and Cogsworth and everybody, all the characters, the designs were really cool to look at. I wasn't quite sold on some of the character designs when the trailer came out and the posters came out and things like that. But the Beast really won me over, and Lumiere was actually pretty well done, all things considered. But, I mean, it's not going to look exactly like the animated movie anyway, because it obviously is, 26 years later or whatnot. And, of course, it's live action, so it's going to be a little bit different. But, overall, I think if you're a fan of the 1991 animated classic, you're going to enjoy this film, and I suggest you go watch it. I mean, it's not perfect by any stretch, but when it comes to these Disney classics that are being remade into live action, the amount of CGI and stuff they put in it to make it feel like the originals, Jungle Book last year was done terrific. I mean, it was just absolutely astonishing how well that film looked, considering that movie was all CGI for the most part, other than Mowgli. This movie's got a lot more actors in it and things like that, but there's some CGI in this with the animated characters, and I think even the wolves in this movie, they seemed a little CGI for me, obviously. I mean, they'd have to be, but, I mean, they're well done enough to where you believe it and everything, so, it's just very well done, and I hope that when Aladdin comes out and The Lion King and The Little Mermaid and Dumbo and all these other movies that they're actually in development and production right now, I hope they're all as well done as this here. Like I said, it's a little long and some things were a little unnecessary in it, like some stuff they added to it to kind of take a a little bit extra character development or something in it from the original film. But for the most part, if you enjoyed the original, you're going to love this. So I'm going to give this film a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's just really well done, and please go see it and check it out while it's in theaters, because it is really a visual spectacle, and it's definitely a very good musical, and you'll be humming the tunes on the way home. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.